it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we all doing this fine Monday? What have you been doing?
Your microphone's not working, babe.
Do what? What?
Your microphone's not working.
How do you know?
Because you sound far away. So you're getting picked up on mine, probably.
Okay. Gonna have to do the thing. Can you make some noise and speak some words?
I'm speaking words.
Okay.
And is it registering my voice and not yours?
Microphone. Microphone.
Yeah. I hear you now.
Right, is everything better? Is it a okay stream for reasonable people now? Boomer, it's nothing to do with being a boomer. God damn it.
There we go. Yeah.
Equipment stops working, even for people who aren't boomers. I know.
I had to wait for the delay, but yeah, it's working.
Okay. Drink for Sic, the professional. Yeah. The main boomer is Mrs. Sic saying it don't work and then not explaining what the hell that means.
Why? What? But if something's not working, how am I supposed to explain how it's not working?
Because
I just know that it isn't.
Explain the way in which you know that it's not working, but it took you a while to say those words to me.
Speaking of working, are you editing again?
I am definitely not doing that. I wouldn't be editing while talking on a live stream. That would be deeply unprofessional and discourteous to the people who've come all this way, which is to say they're at home and on a computer and clicked a button, to come listen to me say words at them for a bit. So no, I am definitely not doing that. And the clicking and tapping you can hear in the background, it's completely incidental, I'll be honest. It's probably just your imagination or something else gaslighty. Either way, I'm almost done with the thing I'm not doing.
What is what is with the title?
The title is because of yesterday. Yesterday, I was doing a different stream, a non-terrible stream for amazing people because they turn up, and I don't know why, over on Pixel Chalice. And I did like a 4.5 hour stream, which is a solid hour longer than the majority of them, at least. Because I thought it was going to take 2 hours to do the thing. It did not. It took much, much longer. Partially because I got completely cheated about halfway through. And I was absolutely furious. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, you should go watch it because it's actually... I would say that once it gets into the main part, as much as it's technically the same thing over and over again, people watch gambling streams. If you somehow like gambling streams, or at least the concept of watching someone do something with some amount of stakes, that's what that was. And I got pretty heated at times during it. Because I was so angry.
I thought you were upset about. I thought you were just upset about your shoes.
Oh, I was quite upset about the shoes today, but that was a separate thing. I bought size 11.5 shoes. I have size 11 feet. I've never in my life worn a pair of shoes that were size 11 that didn't fit me, and I've gone as low as size 10, and still worn shoes that were fine. These were 11.5s. I don't even know why I bought 11.5s. I was like, oh, this is such a stupid idea. Why did I do that? And they didn't fit. Like, they were too tight on my feet. I was completely baffled. I was so baffled that it made me angry. And, yeah. I eventually discovered that this specific brand we bought was the most maligned for this specific problem, like by degrees. Yeah, I bought anyway. I think part of
Yeah,
what
it's because he's got wide feet.
I don't know. I don't. I do not have wide feet. I have very normally shaped feet.
No.
Like I said, every single pair of shoes I've ever worn was fine. These were extra slim. These are known
Compare
to be
your big
extra slim.
feet to my slender feet.
My feet are just bigger than yours. That doesn't make them wide. For
Wide boy.
They're wide because they're size 11, but they're not wide for size 11.
I have seen a lot of masculine feet in my time, and you do have wide feet.
I am so concerned about that sentence, I'll be honest. I am deeply, deeply worried about what Mrs. Sick is currently doing, what kind of pornography she views.
Oh, God, no. No, I was on about my dad's feet.
Your dad's feet aren't masculine.
But my dad is tiny, so...
Yeah, your dad is tiny, and his feet will be less wide than mine because they're like 3 inches long.
Yeah, we all know you're just Bigfoot, yeah.
I have perfectly reasonably sized feet. They're not that wide. They're incredibly normal for size 11s. I mean, I knew a guy who was shorter than me at school. He was like 5'8" or something, and he had size 13 feet. Literal clown shoes. And they baffled me. But so that annoyed me as well, but not as much as yesterday, getting screwed, completely screwed a number of times. I'll be honest. Right, I have technically finished the audio editing. Saved.
That was good. That's quite fast for you, actually.
That's because I was mostly done.
I thought you would get distracted by something.
No, I've never been distracted by anything in my life. I'm 5'10" and wear size 12. Jeez.
Oh, that is some big feet.
That is some big boys. When you walk, do you honk? That is the question. Oh, God, it's so good to take my headphones off. As someone with child size, legit have bought kids' shoes as an adult. Mrs. Six pretty close. She's now got smaller feet than our kids.
My feet are fine for my size.
No, they're not. They're weird.
I do have small feet, though.
Weird little freak feet.
But my feet are average for women in the UK, so that's fine.
Big feet, small. Over to you. Over to who? Anyway, yeah. So, that annoyed me. This annoyed me today. The reason I think I was like looking forward to having these. They're kind of fancy. They're probably the most expensive shoes I've ever bought because Mrs. Sick has been like on a walking kick, and so she wanted a nice pair of shoes.
No, I'm training to go up a mountain.
She's on a walking kick, and she wants me to go walking with her. And
I like walking. I've always liked walking. It's just I'm walking with purpose now.
So she's on a walking kick, and she asked me to buy her shoes. We've gone through several, and then once we got like really decent ones for her, she's like, "Oh, these are actually really good. These I don't even feel like I'm wearing them." And it occurred to me that all of the shoes that I wear to go walking with her aren't at all in any way, shape, or form specialized to do a lot of walking in. And I have the delicious issue of plantar fibers. If you don't know what those are, lucky you. Essentially, there's growths on the bottom of my feet attached to the bones. And occasionally, it will just decide to feel like I'm being stabbed in the bottom of the foot with the biggest knife in the world. It's incredibly painful. And I realized, why don't I just buy some nice shoes so that I can just walk with her and it not cause me intense agony, or at least significantly less pain? So I was excited, and then when I got them and they were the thinnest things in the universe, I was pretty dejected. I was pretty upset. I've never struggled to get a size 11 shoe onto my foot, and it was almost impossible. Yeah, so I'll have to return those, get new ones, maybe a completely different brand. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I had plantar warts as a kid. They used nitrogen. So plantar fibers aren't the same thing.
They
They're under your skin.
they're like cysts that grow on the tendons of your like feet, are they?
And the fun thing is, they can be removed with a 95% chance they'll come back. There's like literally no point in even trying to remove them, because when they come back, they'll be worse.
Yeah, you got it from standing too much when you were working at the pub, right?
You kind of just get them anyway, but I don't think standing for 10 hours a day.
Well, I don't have them. You're obviously
most people don't have them.
but like you
have to be susceptible.
Yeah, you have a genetic disposition to having them, and then also on top of the fact that you would stood for 10-hour shifts. Yeah.
Just got here. So Sic has fat feet. So Sic does not have fat feet.
He does have fat feet.
I do not have fat feet.
Like you have a fat head.
You have a fat mum.
Yeah, I know. That's why she's walking.
Fair enough. She's working on it. Yeah, my father had the same issue, and it wasn't worth removing them. Yeah, they're not the end of the world. Poor Sic never gets a break. I get plenty of breaks because I don't go walking because it's really, really painful. So it doesn't feel worth it. But I'm working on making it so I do not have fat hands. God damn it!
No, his hands are not that fat.
For a not insignificantly proportioned person, my extremities look incredibly normal.
You have rather slender fingers.
I have normal feet. My legs look quite athletic.
It's because they're holding up the team. That's what it is.
They do carry a lot of team. Off to Bruges tomorrow. It's like a fucking fairy tale. Is it a work trip? Because I feel like it would be less so. Or is that a reference? I feel like that's probably a reference. Reference. Learn from others' mistake. Life's not going to make them all yourself. I mean, that's true. C-Dubs has very, very large hands. Like huge, like the size of plows. I don't even know how that works, but yeah. Greetings from Sweden. Happy to catch the show. Wish everyone a great evening. I mean, you shouldn't be happy. This is a terrible show for terrible people. Stream, not a show. It's not even a show. I wouldn't call it... Calling it a show is giving it the kind of legitimacy that it just simply does not deserve.
No.
So Sic, do you have big muscles? I have reasonable muscles.
He's actually quite strong, yeah.
I could be better. I'm one of those people that I was born pretty, I think, built like a brick shithouse is a reference that has been made about me more than once in my life.
You are a big boy.
And I think if I worked out, I would be one of those tank men. So if anything, my decision not to do that is to benefit everyone else. So Sic is Bigfoot. That wouldn't surprise me. If it turned out that I was actually secretly Bigfoot.
You are quite hairy, so...
I'm
not
very hairy.
Not ridiculously hairy, though.
I do have large hands. Fiddly for untidying small knots, but useful for playing guitar and bass. Fair enough.
Oh, you have bass hands, yes.
I have relatively long fingers, but yeah, I don't have like shovel hands. Not like some guys, and I'm glad. It makes typing easier. But yeah, apart from that, apart from streaming and getting annoyed at shoes, nothing much is going on. So let me know what's been going on with you. What's like anything interesting happen? Or anything that you can allow me to talk about so I don't have to think about a subject to talk about. I mean, we had a discussion.
You did yoga for the first time.
I did do yoga for the first time. No wonder I'm so pissed off.
It was for 10 minutes.
Big muscles from lifting all those glasses of whiskies. I don't even count me doing yoga as 10 minutes because I did like 2 poses, realized I couldn't stretch to half of them. So I ended up lying down because my back hurt.
He couldn't sit up straight.
I could sit up straight.
No,
it just hurts.
You're supposed to sit up straight with your spine like really elongated, and you couldn't do it.
I did do that. It just didn't look very impressive, and it was hard. God, she likes to say things about me. Just terrible. Goat yoga. It wasn't Goga, but
yeah, when we got to the lunges, you weren't not into that.
I just couldn't do it. I also can be asked. 3 a.m. yoga, so going to bed pissed drunk. It wasn't 3 a.m. and I was quite sober actually. Yoga in armor sounds exhausting. Exactly. And I'm fat. It's all going together to really go against me. He's got massive gloves and shoes. Exactly. All these giant limbs really don't help. What do you think about the Artemis 2 mission and the reaction from flatterers? I don't care, and I don't care. The Artemis 2 thing has been... I don't know. I've seen it about, and I can't bring myself to give a shit. Like...
You're not into the idea of having a moon base.
I don't know. Is that what it's for? I don't know. I don't care.
Eventually.
I don't care to go look it up.
Yeah, eventually they wanted to do a moon base.
Okay. But we always eventually want to do a moon base. Is this specifically for that, or is it just another rocket launch?
Well, the Artemis project was about putting people on the moon to have a moon base.
Okay. It's a stupid waste of money and resources. Probably. I mean,
Well,
space stuff
most
is
space
cool,
endeavors
but
are a very large amount of money.
it's like so off my radar in terms of things I find important that I just, yeah. I don't know if it's a hot take to not give a fuck, but I just don't give a fuck.
Theme park on the moon, that's what they're aiming for.
Hopefully one of these days they'll get that theme park and everybody will enjoy it. Is the Earth flat or hollow? Yes. No spoilers, but Project Hail Mary nearly found Sics cosmic whiskey stash. Yeah, but it's always behind that rock. Which rock? You'll never know, but it is there. The moon's a big place. The moon's not small by any stretch of the imagination.
I wish I could be rock sometimes.
You are a rock. You do
No,
rock.
I'm too sentient to be rock.
Barely.
Barely.
Listen, you walked right into that one. Hollow, obviously, and the moon is made of cheddar. The whole thing about the moon being like a bell. Who remembers that episode of the Spirit Science one? Let's get real. It's going to be a golf course for rich people to hit longer drives. I mean,
yeah, I know. I can actually see that happening.
That you're not completely off base. Off base. A nudist colony on the moon. Oh, I get it. It's always mooning, as fuck's sake. They should have taken an inflatable UFO with them to deploy just before they came back. That's true. And they should have let it out behind themselves on a piece of string so it looked like they were being chased. That would have been pretty funny.
Mrs. Kick his ass. I would, but it means getting up and my legs hurt. So
Not a hot take. Nobody cares. I don't know. I see it. I've seen it all over the place. I think saying that nobody cares is a hot take. But I think that it's not super important.
what are you doing? I keep hearing liquid noises constantly from over in your area.
I've poured a drink twice. Keep hearing is just not even remotely
I keep
accurate.
hearing. Yeah. What is that?
It's a drink.
Oh, you got sangria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got nice cold sangria. Because it was in the fridge and I've run out of whiskey. I know. But don't worry. I do have not 6 bottles. 3 bottles coming tomorrow. It's my favourite whiskey and it was like actually a really good deal. So I just bought a few. I bought as many as it would let me. They're putting a giant hologram projector on the moon to cover the Earth with a dome. That makes sense.
Just sweep it under the rug and pretend it never happened.
I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's not like it's slurping noises, but keep hearing was appropriate. Is it because it's in a glass?
Yeah, it's probably the ice, because the ice is moving the liquid.
It's the sound of ice.
Yeah.
It's not the sound of liquid at all, so you were wrong. I win. I'm the best.
Ice is in a liquid, though.
Doesn't Roger think the moon is an egg? That would not surprise me, and I would have to check. I do feel like I should
don't know.
cover...
I thought he was into the whole everything's meat thing.
I mean, it can be... Is an egg not part of animal products?
Yeah, but it could be an empty egg.
I guess it doesn't matter at that point. Anyway, we know it's an egg full of spiders.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Why is whiskey always gone? It's always gone because I keep drinking it. And I don't know, it's delicious. Eggs is meat. Eggs is kind of meat. Like it is and it isn't. It's a product. It's a living thing.
Is this the McDonald's CEO eating a burger thing all over again?
It's a steak. Oh, speaking of steaks, we went for a steak.
It's just a product. The product.
We went for that steak last week. It was really nice. It was really expensive, but it was really nice. Mrs. Sics said she preferred my steaks.
Yeah.
And I agree because they're much cheaper. But yeah, protein. Steak and eggs, very good meal. One of the people we went out for food with was baffled by the concept of steak and eggs. And I'm like, steak and eggs is great. Eggs is steak with less direction than wine. Jesus Christ. Anybody want liquid chicken?
Oh, like a chicken smoothie?
No, the insides of an egg is liquid chicken.
I guess.
I mean, it's not real.
It's not really a liquid, though, is it?
Oh, the moon is a dragon egg. The moon was an egg in Doctor Who. Roger thought it was a documentary. That is so common for the woo peddlers and the conspiracy theorists that they'll see a movie and they'll be go like, yeah, that's them just telling us the real thing in movie form. And it's like, no, not really. Not unless it's a docu-film.
Oh,
and those are usually not that fun.
One of the most stupid ones was it was in Terminator 2, and there was a sign that said like 9/11 on it.
Ah.
And it had nothing else on it, just the numbers.
And someone was like, that means they knew all that time
Yeah, it's like
ago.
they knew, they planned it all along. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that shit makes your brain melt. Liquid Sick, Metal Gear Solid. Who's looking forward to Metal Gear Solid Collection 2? Metal Gear Solid 4 with actual frame rate. I'm pretty hyped about that, I'll be honest. I love fat and gristle. Cheap steaks are the best. I mean, they're not... As long as they cook well, it doesn't matter how cheap they are. Well, I guess unless it's missing, like, the thing that makes it a steak. They knew it was the phone number to the cops. Which phone? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Of course it is. The moon just holds Nassies and Nassie. What the hell is a Nassie? Anyway, what time is it? Okay. My brain just switched off. We're already talking about food and movies. So
we do have a habit of doing that.
What else do we talk about? We've been rewatching Fargo. That's good. That's really good.
It is a good series.
I'm actually quite looking forward to watching more of it now because I never really got very far through it. We have this terrible habit of starting to watch a show and then Mrs. Sick gets bored.
It's not that I'm bored. It's just there's other things to watch.
It's just that I don't want to watch it anymore. Why do they call deviled eggs? Does the devil like eggs? I'm assuming it's because it's got spice in it, but I could be wrong. The original or the remake? The TV show. The one with like a bunch of like pretty decent actors in it. I mean, not that the original film didn't have decent actors in it, but it's relatively recent. It's like 4 or 5 series. I can't remember. Fargo 1 and 2 is good. 3 was meh. 4 was weird. I mean, I like weird. But the first one's, yeah, very good so far. Here's a question. 53 bikes, an obsession. I mean, 53...
You had like 49 last week. Yeah, that's a bit of an obsession.
Well, if they're increasing up random aliens... do you want to? Well, that might not be a spoiler. That might just be you fucking with us. But please don't spoil it. I would like to watch it and see the new things. So Sick is weird. So Sick is very weird. Like as a concept, a guy in Crusader-esque armor, talking shit about Grimsbyans and being very pro-atheism. It's a pretty weird concept. It works though. It's particularly great when people get very upset at the Avatar. I mean, I wouldn't be here if you were normal. Exactly. I watched Smokey and the Bandit for free like 6 months ago on YouTube, and the other day, the boy tells me he wants to watch it, and now you pay for it on YouTube. The Peter crap.
Sad.
Is that to say that it was free? And because I know that on YouTube, if you have premium, there's actually a bunch of films that it lets you watch.
Oh, Patrick, well done. 30 months is dedication.
That's almost too many. Almost. I'll let you know when it is actually too many. I don't know why the farmer gets so mad. I only take the bit I want. He's still got the rest of the cow.
Steve Buscemi came to Earth and ended up in a wood chipper.
That sounds like a thing he would do, I'll be honest. Isn't it weird keyboard layout is still based off a typewriter? Just because people got used to it, and also why everything is offset. I mean, to an extent, you can get alternative ones. It's just people don't really like changing.
It's also just, it's more comfortable for your hands.
It's technically it's not.
Isn't it?
Yeah, ulnated. I can't remember what it is, but your wrist isn't supposed to go into the position that a standard keyboard puts it in. It's actually really bad for you.
My wrists are fine, though.
Apparently, it's bad for you.
I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I've been using keyboards for years. It's fine.
But there's ways to do it.
But then again, I'm hypermobile in my wrists.
There's a reason
so
that these aren't called ergo keyboards, and ergo keyboards are called ergo keyboards.
Maybe because I can bend my wrists all the way back, like it helps.
Mrs. Sick, delete Sick's editing so he'll have something to do. Idle hands of the devil. If she were to delete my stuff, I would leave her.
Yeah, you
would.
If
she were to intentionally delete my work,
yeah,
that would be a big no from me, bro.
That would be a big disrespect.
Yeah, like that would. I'd be utterly dumbfounded. I'm not. This isn't me saying that. I don't think it's unreasonable if someone deliberately just destroys something of yours, that you should just be like done with that person. Like there's not many situations where that, unless there's a really good reason, and it would have to be crazy good. If you're just doing it, because I just wanted to give you something to do. Nah, done. It takes a lot, but yeah, I think that's a lot. I think that's beyond.
I just said the dog ate it, even though I don't.
The dog ate. We don't have a dog.
Sorry, the dog ate your editing.
And the dog ate a file off of a computer. Yeah, there's no situation where that becomes reasonable. It was specifically designed to keep typewriters from binding up. I'm sure it was specifically designed for a lot. The other problem is that like keyboards on computers don't function exactly like typewriters, because that'd be amazing. Sick, I love your videos, especially when debunking theists. I'm curious, have you heard of Remnant 777? So how do you feel about him? I'm asking since he has a night avatar like you. A lot of people have night avatars. This is not a unique thing that I do. And no, I've never heard of them. I don't know who that is. Are they a theist? Are they an atheist? Are they a completely separate thing? Like Mandalore Gaming has a night avatar. And he's good. But it has nothing to do with what I do. But yeah, I appreciate the money. You probably didn't need to give me money for me to answer the question, but it definitely makes it easier to spot the questions. But yeah, no, I've never heard of them. Any good or really, really silly? If they're really, really silly, do send me their videos. Because I like silly people. I like to make fun of them for it. The old Windows dog version of Clippy ate it. The dog version of Clippy. I don't know if I dislike that one more or if I dislike Clippy more. Then neither is great. He's a theist. You a member of Shadiversity? No.
Oh God, no.
Also, isn't he like a oh God, I can't think of the term.
What?
The ones with the magic underwear.
Mormons.
I think he might be a Mormon. I have way too much money, Sics.
The only thing I really know about him is that he's incredibly envious of his brother's
Success. Yeah.
talent and success in being an artist.
I have way too much money, Sics. Prove it by giving me $500. That's the only way I'll know for sure that that is genuine. Here's a serious question. Does anyone know what the numbers and letters are for on telegraph poles, please? Presumably, at a guess, they tell you where the telegraph pole is, and they might tell you something about how many things they service near them.
I'm assuming.
Other than that,
I'm assuming it's so you can find it.
yeah, like if you phone them up, you'd tell them the numbers on it, and they'd know where it was. And maybe it would give you information. Oh, this one services like 7 houses or something like that. Other than that, I've no idea. I could be completely wrong anyway, but I'd be surprised if I wasn't at least half right. Abbreviated town name and serial numbers. Oh, it depends which telegraph pole you're talking about, really. Because when I think telegraph poles, I think of the ones in the UK for some reason. Might be because I lived there. It might be just complete insanity. It's their age. It tells you how old they are.
That's cute.
It's a bit like tree ring dating, but it comes on the outside. Very useful.
I actually kind of like that concept. That's adorable.
I have no money. You can give it to me. No one give Osman any money. It should all go to me. I'm very important, don't you know? The middle M in Mormon is kind of redundant. Well, it's not that it's redundant, it's that it shouldn't be there full stop. On Windows, you can hit Control-Shift to switch immediately between Doverac and QWERTY. Really? I don't think that's true. Control-Shift?
Why would that work? Make it
If
do
you
that?
hold Control-Shift, it changes things like... if you press Control-Shift-V, and you that will paste things without formatting. So I can't imagine it would. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't believe you.
I think what it is if you press Control-Shift, it will
It
make
might be
your
on that keyboard.
it'll
that
make your
fucking with.
keyboard keys flick over and become alphabetical order.
Oh, was it an on-screen keyboard?
Alt F4 works.
Yeah, on-screen keyboard. So it might work with that, but it wouldn't work with a real keyboard because it won't magically change your keyboard into a different keyboard. That would be madness. There are reference for the technician in case a car hits one and you call it in.
Yep.
Or there's lots of reasons why a telegraph pole might have issues. You might not even be able to tell from the outside. You might just know it's the one outside your house. And you've lost...
Because humans have an obsession with categorizing everything.
What, including poles?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty useful to categorize the pole that's outside your house so that you know where it is.
Yeah, but we categorize everything.
Is your keyboard in the wrong language? Mine did that on PC. Now, you say yours did that.
I think my
I'm going to say that you did that. And you just didn't know how to work the thing.
My keyboard's wrong, though.
Your keyboard is wrong because you had another keyboard, and when I changed it over, it didn't ask me to change anything, so I didn't think to.
No, I'm saying that the keys on it are in the wrong places because I have like a Is it a German one I have?
No, it's American stuff.
American one that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in the wrong places. It's horrible.
Important news. Simon Dan has posted about your favourite space mission, Artemis 2. Thanks.
Artemis.
And Demon Orb is communicating in Morse code. I'm assuming he's saying, I love whiskey. It's the only possible thing that he could say. Winky plus spacebar switches my keyboard languages. Okay, that makes more sense. You can get multi-language keyboards. QWERTY is US, QWERT's German. What? Oh, QWERTZ is German, right. Fair enough. I had to call the railroad once after a drink driver hit a crossing signal. Fair enough. Was everyone okay? Did he hit it with a vehicle or did he just punch it?
Headbutt.
American here. Everything's wrong from here. That's true. Our electric pole got wrecked by a woodpecker. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, well, it would surprise me if you lived in the Arctic.
Massive woodpecker.
It was certainly a pecker of some description. I had an old Ericsson mobile turned into Russian somehow. That was awkward. Now, by awkward, I can't see it being awkward as in, oh no, everyone's going to think something. I don't know, but it would definitely be very annoying. Like when you change the language on anything and it doesn't make it clear how to change it back. That's incredibly frustrating. These days, not as big a deal. Like the fact that you can just point a phone at something, even if it's the phone that's broken, if you can get another phone. Well, I say broken, the wrong language, which is as good as broken if you don't speak the language. It might as well.
Some of the things in modern technology that you don't really have to think about. Like my dad phoned me to tell me that it's daylight savings and that I need to make sure that the clock goes back or forward. I can't remember what he said. I went, it does it automatically. I don't need to think about that anymore.
It literally, at this point, there's 2, maybe 3 clocks in this house that need to be changed. And they're all very near other clocks that will tell you the right time. And you'll go, oh, is that the... Oh, wait, that's wrong. And that's all you really need to do when you change it. Computers and phones, they all do it themselves anyway. When I lived in the mountains east of San Diego, the woodpeckers did massive mischief. I imagine they do. I mean, something that enjoys making holes in infrastructure is going to be a problem. I do that to the machines in my local gym, put them in different languages. People log in and can't change it. It's hilarious. You are a menace, Daniel. You are a menace.
That is a spreader of chaos.
People are going there to better themselves, and you make that more difficult. You should be ashamed of yourself. Unless you did it in front of me, and then I couldn't exercise, and then I'd be very happy. I'm like, oh, sorry. I can't lift these weights. They've got a different language written on them. I don't know. I don't know how heavy 23 PB is.
PB?
If it's not in kg, meaningless to me.
What do you mean PB?
I don't know. I was making something up. I don't know any other universal weight measures off the top of my head. I could have gone with pounds. I don't know what the shorthand for pound is, but
LB.
There you go. I don't know what 25 LB is.
PB is lead, yeah.
Pebble buns. Yeah, I don't know how much 23 lead is. Probably pretty heavy though. They can learn Chinese because of me. Thank me later. You're a hero, Daniel. I've changed my mind. I only notice the time changes because of the clock on my stove and coffee maker. They don't auto change. And you're like, wait a minute. Why is everything wrong? Why not stone? Because kilograms is generally more useful. Oh, stone instead of pounds. Yeah, I just realized what you were doing.
I find stone useful.
For exercise?
For weighing myself, yeah.
No, for weights. You expect them to be in kg, I think.
Oh, like the dumbbells.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was talking
that
about.
has to be kg.
That's what
I'm
the
on about
whole
weighing.
joke
No,
was.
I'm on about weighing myself.
No. Guy was doing 60 on a 40 street and he kept driving. Okay. I mean, people do that. It's called speeding. What? Unless you're making it like, oh, well, 60 kilometers an hour is very similar to X amount of miles per hour. But yeah, otherwise it's just speeding. I prefer peanut butter ounces more than peanut butter cups. Okay. I've changed all my clocks, bar one. The one in the bathroom, because I cannot be asked. That's fair. Your bathroom is terrible, and you're usually shitting when it's happening. Hey there, sir and Mrs. How are you enjoying Flat Earthers melting down about Artemis 2? I've said it earlier in the stream. I don't really care. Flat Earthers aren't amazingly important to me. I could potentially cover them. Although YouTube keeps punishing me every time I try to cover them now. Which is like very annoying. I've swapped the N and the M keys on. Oh, that's evil. That's much more evil than what Dan does. Because then you're working and you can't brain. You just think you keep pressing the wrong button.
You spell things wrong all the time, though.
Thank you for adding that for no reason to make me feel bad. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but you're way better at numbers than I am, and I'm just better.
And I don't take the piss out of you for numbers. Apart
Yeah,
from
you
when
do.
It's appropriate.
You do all the time.
YouTube punishes me for correcting typos in comments. Well, it should. Swapping the Control and Alt keys is also genius. If you showed me a keyboard with the Control and Alt key reversed, I probably wouldn't immediately figure out what was wrong, but I'd know something was wrong. I'd be like, why does this keyboard look so wrong? What's going on? Why?
You change the arrow keys so you can mix them up.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you can touch type. That's a really good point, actually. Like, I've been learning more and more to touch type. I mostly...
Do you do the
unless
thing...
I think about it.
I'm going to say, do you do the thing like when you're like, oh, I'm just touch typing, and then you start messing up?
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, that's what I do.
As soon as I notice I'm touch typing, I will completely fuck up. YouTube punishes you for recovering CC Chris from West Jensen.
Shut up!
What's wrong with that?
It's a forbidden name. We don't talk about that one.
If you touch type, you didn't notice the change. If you finger peck next to each other, so you don't realise it.
Oh, my parents do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't peck.
They're like, they type one, press one button, look at the screen, look down at the keyboard, and press another one, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so slow.
Yeah. The one thing that I do that baffles me though is that sometimes I'll just type a completely wrong letter when I'm writing that is so wrong that I don't know how I typed it. Like, I'll try to type a D and end up with a P on the keyboard, and it's like miles away. And the word is otherwise perfectly spelled, except somehow, and that always baffles me.
Yeah, you do. I won't say you do it often, but you definitely do it. I don't think I ever do that. So that's an odd quirk that you have.
I think my fingers just don't give a fuck. I think it's a brain sabotaging body. I don't need such a solid cue for me to fuck up. I mean, there is that. Fucking up is very easily. It's like one of my greatest talents. It's because you were trying to type in cursive. Ah, of course. And I never learnt cursive, thus I am completely incapable of functioning in modern society, according to morons. I'm not even 100% sure what cursive...
What do you mean a mystery finger? You mean like an extra one or a secret one?
You don't have the secret finger?
No.
Nobody tell her what it is. Very secret. Replace the keyboard with a wireless one and see how long it takes them to figure out you're messing with them. Oh, well, no, you can attach more than one keyboard to a computer, and both of them work. And they'll both do the same thing. It takes like a bunch of macros in order to get it. Not macros. It takes software to make two keyboards do two different things, which is quite annoying, but quite cool once you figure out how to do it. I can type with both fingers, but not very fast. I make a lot of typos if I do it fast. Then practice both fingers. Both fingers on one hand? Or do you mean two pecs? Because that's incredibly unimpressive. I type with my whole hand, unless I think about it, and then I start fucking up. As my driving instructor said, when you are with your girlfriend in the dark, use your hands, not your eyes. Fair enough. How long did it take you to stop worrying or struggling with religion and fear around religion? I'm 23, and this is getting pretty old thinking about it all the time. I am in my 40s now, and in terms of struggling with religion, I would say in my 20s it was something that concerned me. If you've grown up your whole, like, how long have you been non-religious per se? Because it all sticks with you. Like it takes a long time. Oh, and thank you, Proto Nerd, for the money and the whiskey money. Really, yeah.
Like, as somebody who was religious in my early adulthood, like, after I drifted away from the concept of religion, it was really difficult. And I kept having this sensation that I was maybe like I was doing something wrong, like, or maybe I could do it in a different way that, you know, that works better for me. And then eventually I realized, like, it's better to just cut the head off the snake type thing. And it was just sort of this, like, it didn't stop me thinking about it. Like, I still think about religion now, to be honest, but it's more like it feels like an embarrassment that I went through.
Which I always say you shouldn't.
Yeah, you said this the other day.
You shouldn't be embarrassed that you stopped believing something wrong. You should actually be quite proud of yourself, because you all know how incredibly difficult it is to convince someone, especially you know that they're wrong, and it's like really, really fucking obvious that they're wrong, but people become incredibly attached to their beliefs. I did say the difference between, though, if you're an atheist, at least one like me, whereas someone who's very religious, having their beliefs, like, destroyed, essentially, if they suddenly, for some reason, just stopped believing in God, that would, for many theists, be incredibly devastating. Be like life-altering in a way where everything about how they understand who they are will change. Whereas if I was suddenly convinced that a God exists, it would be a surprise, but I wouldn't take it personally. My atheism isn't. I wouldn't say my atheism is like a personal thing. It's more a conclusion, is how I see it. So suddenly being demonstrated that a God exists, which is the only way I could see how I would change that position. The only other way is that it would have to be a slow thing where I suddenly moved away and started believing. But I like to think that I'm quite good at questioning why I'm having certain thoughts and figuring out where they're coming from. And I feel like that would be very likely to then lead me back to non-belief per se.
Did Sic
Stop saying per se.
Did Sic convert you, or did you realize by yourself? So, he helped me with critical thinking, because now learning, it's a skill you have to learn.
Yeah.
And it's not something that inherently people have. So you have to learn to overcome what your brain is trying to seek patterns of, and start questioning what you're thinking and why you believe things a certain way without actually looking for evidence of things. So critical thinking just helps you bypass essentially that sort of inherent thing of like, oh, I instantly just believe this because either because I heard it or because I, you know, like I got taught this thing, so it must be true. It helps you bypass that and actually start thinking properly.
Yeah.
And so he helped me do that, and then he never told me to not be religious. He just taught me how to think. And then because I was learning how to think, I started overcoming my religious beliefs because I actually started thinking about them.
Yeah, many years ago, we had, we still have the friend, but he's got other things going on. We've got our things going on. So we don't talk as much as we'd like. But we used to talk all the time with this guy. And he believed in God, and Mr. Sick believed in God. Both of them in different ways. But they both used to make fun of me. Not in the worst way. And then we sort of like developed into, well, it wasn't you, it was more him. But I guess you were just being nice to him. But it was like this, I certainly felt like I was having fun made out of me. And I knew I was right all along. And they've both now become atheist. And for me, that's like vindicating, to say the least. And if you want to convince someone else of your position, especially sort of in atheism, or like worry less about certain things, just being, I guess, unemotional about it. Like when you'll see people make fun of atheists, like if you go on Twitter, it's kind of wild up there how like vitriolic you'll find a lot of theist accounts, and they'll say the dumbest thing you've ever seen, and it's very easy to find yourself getting irritated by how ridiculous that is and saying, excuse me, as someone with ADHD, I see things very literally and factually. I feel angry that I was taught by adults that God and religion were real.
Yeah, I think one of the problems as well is because you get people who are like our kids. So our kids were they're very literal thinkers. So you have this idea like because they went to we never told them that religion was wrong or anything like that. We just taught them how to think. So we avoided the idea that you can't believe in this thing because this thing is bad. You can't believe in that because that's just plain wrong. We never went that sort of direction. The main thing we went for was like how to think and why do you think that people believe this type of thing. So they ended up going to a religious school. And then one of the biggest problems there was they got told things as it was a fact.
Yeah.
So they would come home saying, oh, well, angels are real because school told me angels were real. And I'm like, okay, let's actually break this down and talk about it. And then, oh, well, God's real. And I'm like, okay, have you ever seen God? Have you ever communicated with him? Where have you ever smelt him? Have you ever tasted him? Have you ever touched him? And she says, oh, well, no. And then came up with the idea, oh, well, God's in nature. And I was like, well, if God is nature, then, like, what morality do you tie to that? Because if you're going to go with the Christian morality of God, God is supposed to be all good and all loving and all caring and all that. At least at one perspective of it, anyway. And then, like, okay, look at nature then. There's horrible things that happen in nature. Why do things have to die? If God is all loving and caring, why would he ever want anything to die? And then, yeah, we just went on, like, that type of sort of thinking. And eventually, we never explicitly said, no, you can't believe in this. All we said was, think about it. And then when we had a family gathering, and someone went, "Oh God," because they were just getting up, and they went, "God's not real."
Yeah, someone
And
brought
she
up
was
the
just like,
word.
yeah, it was just, oh God, because he was like getting up off of a chair. And he's like, God's not real. God's not real. And it was just like, no, you just...
And we knew for the fact that the family was just like, oh, well, we know what you've been telling them. It's like, no, you really don't. We've been very, very, very clear to the kids that religiousness for us, like, we're not anti-theists in any way. We're just say the things we believe, and if other people, like in our day to day, as much as I do what I do isn't strictly anti-religious. It's anti-stupid ideas.
Well, it's
Unfortunately, a lot of theists say a lot of stupid things.
We've always put it as we're just like, we want people to understand the concept of reality and how people engage with reality and what is the most realistic thing to determine, you know, like the universe in general. And I think that's the thing, though, is like you turn to science, because science is just you test and you test and you test, and then you verify, and then you test and you test and you test, and then you get multiple people who are doing the same testing start verifying, and if things start making sense, then that must be the thing that is most likely reality. It's never really said this is true. It's more just like, what is the closest thing to understanding reality that we have, and that's what science is trying to do. Whereas, like, a lot of people in religion, they will see themselves as like, what is true and what is false, and they keep turning to science as saying it's some like, you're trying to tell people that this thing is true. Like, no, we're not. We're trying to explain what the closest thing to reality is.
Yeah, it's especially for us. We're not interested in telling someone how to think. Well, no, not interested in telling someone what to think.
What to think.
We're interested in teaching people how to think. That's what I mean. And that is, I have had that thrown back at me as, oh, you're teaching them how to think like an atheist. And it's like, no, more that when you learn how to think, the chances of you becoming an atheist increase exponentially. It can be very, very difficult to like be good at critical thinking and continue to believe a lot of the same things that you do. It's where a lot of people, you know, a lot of people when they go to university and they learn more about how the world works, is a lot of how it all gets sort of pulled back, and they start not to believe. And it's why certain people think that, oh, well, it's just an atheism factory or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yes and no, but it's not designed to be that way. It's more that that's just kind of the result. And that's the same thing for the kids. It's like, we want them, if they become, like, put it this way, a lot of people say, oh, if my kid became certain worldview, then I would disown them. And unless that worldview was murdering people is good and fun and I'm doing it right now, it's just a case of, I don't mind. As long as they were being true to themselves and they truly understood what their beliefs meant and they could still justify them, then it's like, it is what it is. And yeah, I think that's the main thing. I am desperate for the toilet now, and it's been, I've just realized how many streams it's been. I just don't nip off to the toilet anymore, do I?
Yeah, but it's 10 anyway. We're going to end anyway.
So it's perfect timing. I'm going to bugger off. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats today. Random that many of you have decided. How long till Bislam solves your Christianity problem? What the fuck are you talking about? Islam isn't even remotely a majority in this country, and if you believe it is, you don't know anything about this country. So it's not. Anyway, appreciate the money, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.